In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to save a ton of time. Now, one of the things that I talked about before was how Illustrator has a lot of tools. You know, it's just like Photoshop. It's had tools that it's had since the very first days, and they don't get rid of anything. So you've got a lot of tools that are kind of defunct now. And let me talk about one real quick that you no longer need to use. It used to be, let's say, for example, you're working on a logo, and you want to create, let's say, for example, I'm just going to pick the circle tool, the ellipse tool, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to draw a circle, okay? So here we are. Here's a circle. As I draw that, I'm hitting the Shift key so it'll keep the sides proportional or proportionate, whatever word you want to use. Here we go. Here's a circle, and I'm going to hit Alt and then drag to the right. And as I'm dragging, I'm going to hit the Shift key to keep it on the straight line. There we go. And now I've got two circles. And let's say for whatever reason, actually I'm going to change the color on this. So let me select that, change the color. Okay, so we have two circles. And for whatever reason, we're trying to create a shape that has this shape taken out of this shape. Okay, so we want to have, I'm going to move this over a little bit. We need to create a shape that is basically what you see here. Let's make this white for a second. That's the shape we want to create for whatever reason. Now, in order to make that shape, we still have our circle here. Actually, it's funny because you can always tell new designers because they'll just leave it like that and they'll be like, oh, well, there's the new shape. And it's like, no, that's not a new shape. That's a shape with a shape drawn on top of it. And it's really easy to create the real shape here, okay, the shape that you want. What you used to do is go up to the Windows and you would go to Pathfinder, and you would get this little box here. You would get this little option, and you could choose how you want one layer to interact with another layer. So let me just change the color here. So we can see we have two solids. What's going on? Why is that not working? Let me see. That's very weird. Why? There we go. Okay. See, we're doing this live. All right, so how do we take this layer out of this layer? Basically take a bite out of it. Now, we have a lot of different options with the Pathfinder tool. Let's select this, and you can, I'm only going to tell you what these top ones are. These bottom ones, I'm not going to go into that because I literally have never used them. And since I'm showing you that the whole Pathfinder tool is obsolete, that there's no real reason to go into it. So let's select these two, and let's say for whatever reason we want to take this front out of, this shape, take -1 shape out of the other. We can click over on what's called minus front, and I'm going to click minus front, and now we have a new shape based upon the combination of this layers, taking out basically this top layer from the bottom layer, and we get this kind of half moon shape. Well, let's say we're making a moon. There we go. We've made a moon. Now I'm going to do Control Z and show you what the other options are. Okay, let's say for whatever reason, again, we want to combine the two images. Let's say, for example, we're making like a snowman. Okay, so let's put this on top of this, and we're going to go up to the Align tool and make sure that these are both on the same line. The Align tool, I think, if you look up here, it kind of speaks for itself. So let's align these two layers one on top of each other. Boop, there we go. And now let's combine the two images. You would go up to the Align tool, the Pathfinder tool, and you would click Unite. And now both of these images are together. When you click the color, it all changes. And you can see over here, this is one big shape now. Now let's do Control Z, and there we go, two shapes again. Now let's say we wanted to create a little leaf shape by combining these two images, by just combining where the two images touch. So basically right here, let's say, how do we create just this shape? So we take both of them, and we would do the intersect tool. So it's just going to create a shape where these two guys intersect. And there we go. Now we've got a new shape. Over here you can see we've got a new shape. And once again, what if we want to only have where the images aren't touching? So we would do the exclude and click on that, and now we get this shape. And this is pretty cool. I use this a lot for kind of abstract logos, okay? So, but why are we spending all this time with the Pathfinder tool if it's obsolete? Well, I just wanted to give you an idea of how things used to be done so you'll appreciate how things are done now, okay? So let's get rid of the Pathfinder tool, and we're going to move over to the Shape Builder tool. Now, the Shape Builder tool is a very quick way to do all the things that you just saw, okay? And this came later. I didn't use this up until recently. So the Shape Builder tool is just a very quick way to either combine shapes or knock shapes out of each other or do exactly what we just did, but just to do it on the fly, okay? So I'm going to select these two guys again, and I'm going to go over to the Shape Builder tool and click on it. Now, one thing I want you to remember, all the shapes that you want to affect with the Shape Builder tool need to be selected when you do this, okay? So let's go over to the Shape Builder tool. I'm going to click on that. And as I go over the shape, you're going to see that a little pattern comes out. Okay, you see that pattern whenever I go over something? Now, whatever part of this shape I want to, disappear or I want to get rid of, all I have to do is click Alt. And now I can click on this part and it disappears. You see how easy that is? Now let's do this. I'm going to do Control Z and put it back in. Now, if I want to, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to hit negative on both of these parts, and we're going to accomplish the same thing we did before. Let's put it back the way. I'm just going to rotate this around. If you see the, you can see how my little arrow changes on the bottom. Watch how it changes as I go around. And this is pretty basic, but you see how that changes. Now I'm going to hit Shift, and put this over here. Okay, I'm going to click on my circle, make it small again, bring it on top, and I'm going to make my moon shape again. How do I make my moon shape? Well, I'm going to click on both of these guys. I'm going to go to the Shape Builder tool, and I'm going to hit Alt to make the little negative appear by the pointer. So negative, and there we go. We have our moon again, okay? See how easy that is? And it's much easier than using a Pathfinder. Of course, you can still use the Pathfinder if you like it, but I really think that you'll find the Shape Builder tool to work better. All right, that's it for this lesson. Thanks.